Hey creatives, and welcome to What I'm Watching Wednesday. Before we get started, you'll see there's some new surroundings, and that is because I have just completed selling everything I own, leaving my apartment, and coming soon we'll be talking about a new channel. Not here, but I'm gonna do a second channel for all my travel. So if you were wondering, that's what's going on. But that's not why we're here. Today we are talking about World Wrestling Entertainment and my monthly review and superstar selection. Let's get started. All right, guys, so I'm super passionate about wrestling. I actually trained and did wrestling for a year. I got injured and couldn't do it anymore. I have loved it since I was not even able to walk. So wrestling is something I'm super passionate about, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack. I know there's a lot of people out there, well, it's fake, well, it's this, they're not real athletes. Bull. That's what I have to say. The first disclaimer to that is bull. If you can break your neck, if you can die, if you can be injured irreparably, it is a sport. Are there things about it that are scripted? Yes. But they are still athletes, it is still a sport. And every month going forward, the first week of every month, we're gonna talk about my recap, my review, who I think are the superstars to watch, and all of that great stuff. And what better a month to start than WrestleMania month? So I'm not even gonna do a 5x5 in this one here. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna just jump in, we're gonna break it down. Kind of the overall gist of it is gonna be, we're gonna talk about Raw, we're gonna have Smackdown, we're gonna talk about who's doing what right and who needs to up their game. And I will then at the end make my superstar selections, both male and female, for the ones that I think you should watch because they're gonna do amazing things. So let's get started. Like I said, WrestleMania is in not even a week, 6 days, I do believe. So let's recap March in preparation for WrestleMania. Now, a lot of things have happened. We're gonna start with Raw. Raw is the flagship show. If you're wondering, if you watch wrestling, you know that it's where the big things happen. I'll use air quotes again because sometimes I feel SmackDown is a little bit more fan friendly. Like we'll get into that. Anyway, on Raw this month, it's really been concentrated a lot on, first of all, Ronda Rousey, who is now signed with the WWE and is in this struggle with Triple H and Stephanie, you know, kind of like the Authority versus the Rebel coming in from outside, I think is kind of the storyline they're going for. And of course, you couple Ronda Rousey with Kurt Angle and you've got your Olympic dream team, right? For sure. And so they've really concentrated on that. And you know, another big push has been Braun Strowman, who I think is pretty amazing and for a big guy. Sometimes I think we get so used to the acrobatics and the fast paced and everything, we forget that he's just got undeniable chemistry, charisma. I don't know what you would call it, but he's just a strength. He's just like he's like a strength wrestler, right? So they've really been pushing him. On the female division, it's really been this kind of like clash of, you know, waiting for Asuka to choose who she was going to fight and then who's going to fight Alexa. And of course, they're really pushing Nia Jax, which I think is amazing. The women's division over there is pretty hot. I think that there's a couple people that have kind of got pushed to the side, which I think is tragic. I think Mickie James, although she is a veteran, and I hate the word veteran because she still can kick everybody's, you know, ass, to be truthful, is got kind of pushed to the side just because, I mean, maybe it has something to do with their age and they're trying to push the younger generation, you know. And then they have Absolution, which honestly I could take or leave. Without Paige being able to get into the ring, honestly I feel like it's not really, for me, it's not really cemented yet. I do like the team. I think that there's some really, they're very talented. I just don't, I like Paige, so I think like I wish she could get in the ring, and I know she can't due to medical reasons and such. So really truthfully, that's kind of what they've been pushing. I feel like some of the titles have been pushed to the back on Raw, even though they try to play it up. I think the Miz's title and the tag team titles are kind of like afterthoughts, which is sad. And so that's kind of my take on Raw. Right now, I feel like it's really heavily favored towards, and it's WrestleMania season, so as well it should be pushed more towards the bigger titles. And you've noticed I have not even mentioned Brock Lesnar, because honestly, and this might be in my opinion, I feel like they should just take the title from him. Give it to someone who's going to be there. Give it to someone who's going to show up for the shows, who doesn't have this contract that says he can come and go whenever he damn well pleases. I get he's a money draw. I really do. And I think WWE, I think they utilize him when they need to. I do think that they tend to, I don't know. Hard to explain. For me, I think that a champion should be there. I think a champion should be representing the company, and I don't see Brock out there doing any of the outreach programs. I don't see Brock doing any of this stuff, and that to me is what a champion is about. So I'm hoping at WrestleMania that they take the title from him, because I'm really kind of done with them. I'll miss Paul Heyman, but I'm kind of done with the whole Brock Lesnar is here when he wants to. I mean, I think it's funny. On a side note, I think it's funny because a lot of people gave The Rock, a lot of people are giving John Cena crap for not being there day in and day out, and still wanting their WrestleMania moments. But they don't have the same concerns for Brock Lesnar. And I think it's a double standard, and I don't know if it's because he's a UFC guy or whatever. Yeah, so that's my opinion. So Raw, I feel, is going pretty good. The storylines are kind of there. I'm intrigued to see Triple H and Stephanie versus Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, but am I excited and overjoyed for it? No. I mean, I'll always be excited to see Triple H in the ring, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's a great match. It could very well be. Yeah, so that's kind of my take on Raw. So if we go break it down, storylines, I'm definitely going to give it a thumbs up. Utilization of talent, I'm going to give kind of a meh, because I think there are some people that are getting pushed aside that deserve some airtime, and then some that, like I said, have a contract that just lets them show up whenever they damn well feel like it. Oh, wait, before I finish, I didn't even talk about the fact that John Cena has been calling out The Undertaker. Now, note, I have not seen this last Monday Night Raw yet. So, as of this video, I don't know if Undertaker has clapped back, if you would say. So yeah, there's that. So recapping, story, I'll give him a thumbs up. Utilization of talent, I'm gonna give him a meh. And actual matches, I'm gonna give him a thumbs up. I think their matches have been really great, and they've really been strong matches. So that would be kind of a score of thumbs up, meh. All right, so let's jump to SmackDown before we get into the breakdown of who the superstars I think you should watch, the superstars I'm excited to see. So SmackDown has, of course, with the revelation that Daniel Bryan can get back in the ring, I knew something big was going to happen. And of the matches that aren't title surrounded in WrestleMania, I think this is one of the matches I'm super stoked to see. Probably just because I'm excited to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring, but also because I would just like Daniel Bryan and Shane O'Mac to shut Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens up. Now, I think they're talented. I think they are future Hall of Famers, no doubt. I just can't stand the characterization. And so I just hope that Daniel Bryan shoves his feet down their throats amazingly. The rest of the matches I'm super stoked about as well. I think that match-wise, I'm probably more excited for the SmackDown matches at WrestleMania than I am the Raw for the majority of them. And that's because I think that when I break it down, utilization of talent on SmackDown, I think is better than Raw. I think they give more chances, more opportunities to some of these guys. Now, they did a big push to, their women's division. I think the two women's matches at WrestleMania, I think I'm equally excited for them. I'm intrigued to see Charlotte versus Asuka, because I feel like Asuka is a type of wrestler that Charlotte really has never wrestled, because even though there's similarities among the other female wrestlers, I think Asuka is her own unique individual, kind of like Shinsuke Nakamura, kind of like Paige was. They're all very unique in their style, and so I'm super thrilled to see that. Kind of less thrilled to see Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode. I don't know. I think the big matches on SmackDown, I think I'm more excited for. That's it. So, kind of talking a little bit about SmackDown, I think for the female division, I know there's only one title. I get that. But I feel like some of the other talent has begun to be overlooked, right? And they have on that one the Riot Squad, which, by the way, I really can't stand them. I don't think they're that that talented, to be truthful. If I have to choose from the new divisions that came up from NXT, the female like groups, Absolution is way better than Riot Squad. In fact, I think it'd be cool to kind of see a match between the two, just to kind of like clear that up, because I think that Absolution is more talented. I really can't stand them. I really wish they'd kind of just disband, break up, maybe try some different things with them. And I understand they're utilizing it to keep some of the other women in the light, you know, which is great, but I still feel they're relegating Naomi and Becky Lynch to that. Even Natalya, who hasn't gotten a lot of airtime relatively. I think, I don't know, it's hard pressed. They do have the women's battle royal, which I think is awesome. I think is super cool. So I'm super excited for that one. And then of course you have Miss Money in the Bank Carmella, who at times I really like and other times I really just can't stand. And I think that's the intention, so I'll go with it. And I'm pretty positive she's going to cash it in. I'm pretty positive if she doesn't, it would be a mistake, because I think Charlotte and Asuka are going to kick the crap out of each other, and whoever the winner is going to be in a really, really, you know, state where it'd be easy to kind of like take the title from them. So that's kind of my thing for SmackDown. If I have to talk about storylines, I'm gonna say meh. Utilization of talent, definitely a thumbs up, and quality of matches, I'm gonna give them a meh on this one too, just because I think there could be better matches, and I don't think their matches are at the level of the ones on Raw right now for March. So that's kind of that. So that recap, it would be meh, thumbs up, meh. So I am going to give the trophy to Raw for March and the build up to WrestleMania, because I think that they did a better job building towards it. Now, here comes the fun part, because here is where it's really just my opinion, guys. Seriously, in the comments below, by the way, let me know which show you think is better. Is it Raw? Is it SmackDown? Are you more of an NXT person? Which I don't really watch NXT, so I can't really say much about that. So, you know, let me know in the comments below which one you think, and which match at WrestleMania you're super stoked to see. Let's dive into the superstars that I think are going to leave their mark at WrestleMania. So I think a lot of the matches we're missing are going to be amazing, but I think there's two people that are potentially going to leave their mark on WrestleMania. And I do believe both of these are it's their first like WrestleMania moment. And for the guys, that's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura. He is amazing. Kind of like a weird cat. Like, I love his, like, you know, it's almost like a psychological warfare thing. And then strong style, man, it's just amazing. I think he's going to leave his mark. He's going to have his WrestleMania moment, and it's going to leave a mark for sure. And who doesn't want to see him versus freaking AJ Styles? Which, by the way, I just want to say, I waited years for AJ Styles to get into the WWE. I've watched AJ Styles for a long time and thought that they should have picked him up a long time ago. But that's just my opinion. So, but WrestleMania is going to be owned by Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I do think now that with the reveal that Daniel Bryan is going to be back in the ring, I do think that they're going to battle for that like shining star point. But I think Shinsuke is going to win. It's going to be his moment. Daniel Bryan has had his moments. This is going to be Shinsuke's. And so for the guys, I'm going to say Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be his shining light. Now for the ladies, I'm going to get a little bit of flack because of who I'm going to choose. But I think not only does she have, and the minute I say this next, you're going to know who I'm talking about. Not only does she have the heritage in wrestling, I think that she is a unique talent, and I think it's something that WWE hasn't seen, and I think she has the potential to do a lot of great things. Now her mic skills are getting better, so I think that's important, but I think Nia Jax is going to have her moment at WrestleMania. It's going to be her shining moment. I think she's really going to have that moment. Now, my hope is that she has this moment and she's able to keep the momentum going. Unfortunately, I kind of have a feeling that it's not going to be that easy. So those are my two superstars that I think you should watch. The two that I think are going to shine at WrestleMania. Not that everybody's not going to shine. I mean, it's WrestleMania. Everybody's going to have a good time. But I do think those two are two to watch, not only at WrestleMania, but going forward in the future. And guys, that's what I'm watching Wednesday. WWE review, preview, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, this will happen every month, the first week of every month, and I will rehash the previous month. And that is it for what I'm watching Wednesday, WWE edition. If you dug the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you're digging on what I'm watching Wednesday, or you love WrestleMania, or you love WWE, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because like I said, every month you're gonna get this. And make sure you guys check out the links in the description below, both to my blog as well as my social media. I'd love to meet up with you guys on those other platforms. And that is it for today, creatives. Until next video, get out there and be creative. Talk to you later. Bye.